So welcome everybody to this webinar. This webinar is about talking about our network from the American Made Challenges, and specifically how the SBIR and STTR folks can utilize the network. My name is Debbie Broad-Giles, and I am the program manager for the American Made Challenges. And as part of the American Made Challenges, we have this very robust network that I would like to tell you about today. So first of all, here's our agenda for this relatively quick webinar. We are going to talk a little bit about the commercialization assistance opportunity that all SBIR and STTR awardees have. And then we'll dive into this American Made Network so you can learn a little bit more about what that is. And then you can also learn about the benefits that can come from working with the network. And then, of course, how to get started. And then I think we're going to hold the Q&A for today. I do have a really great email link. So if you do have any questions, you can send those directly to somebody to get help. So first, the SBIR and STTR awardees do have the ability to ask for commercialization assistance. So hopefully you know that. You have the option right now to request funds up to $50,000 to help you with your commercialization work. So this request is completely optional. You don't have to do it, but of course it would add value to your project. It's also money that's in addition to your normal award amount. So anyway, you might want to take advantage of that. The SBIR and STTR programs are really focused on the development of new technologies that can enter the market very quickly. So this CAP, or Commercialization Assistance Program, is here for you to utilize if you would like. What is this CAP? Here's some fine print really from the CAP program. But the idea really is to help you, foster your project and get it off the ground. So you could utilize this commercialization assistance program for anything for assisting with product sales, intellectual property, market research, market validation, the development of regulatory plans, manufacturing plans, business plans, anything like that. And just a note that all of the organizations that you do work with must also meet the government budgeting characterization as a vendor to be eligible for the use of the CAP. And I believe that most of the folks that are in our network may meet that requirement, but I just want to bring that to your attention that you should double check that with any vendor that you're working with. So this is our American Made Network, our beautiful map showing all of our network supporters and resources. So we have more than 150 national laboratories, industry experts, commercialization experts, and more that are part of our network. And what we've done is we've built this network to support our American Made Challenges prize teams. And now we're opening that up so that other government programs can utilize this network. So you'll see these words here called power connectors and connectors. And really what that means is those are organizations that are there, part of our network, ready, willing, and able to help you be successful. So a power connector really is one of these organizations that is contracted to work with NREL, and they're really just deeply involved in the different programs that we're working with because they are a contracted entity. The other connectors are not necessarily contracted, but they definitely have value in working with you and trying to help our teams. In the world of prizes, there's many times financial incentives for these folks to help the teams. And of course, they want to do business with you, right? So they want to open their doors and do business with you. So they're all ready and willing to help. If you see a connector that has a silver or gold or even a bronze badge, that just means that they're really engaged in our network and they've done a lot of things to really participate and help other teams. So who is in this network? Incubators, accelerators, prototyping facilities. You'll also find legal experts, maybe that can help you with patents, market and business intelligence experts, and commercialization professionals. So what services can you expect? Really, almost anything. So I will say that there's over 150 well-vetted connectors who are there and willing to help you in a variety of different ways. So it could look like technical assistance and prototyping. It could be business and commercialization plans. It could be legal advice. It could be just anything, access maybe to incubators and accelerator programs that can help take your project or program or business to the next level. I would say that almost any service can be found in the network. So just feel free to reach out and ask any of our connectors. And if you don't know where to start, I would start with one of our power connectors, and they can definitely help point you in the right direction. Once again, some of these connectors are labeled with these badges. So like I said, a silver, gold, or bronze badge just really represents those connectors that have really gone above and beyond to help our teams be successful. So yeah, feel free to reach out to any of those. So how do you get started? So this is the American Made Network website. You can find it under the AmericanMadeChallenges.org overarching umbrella website. But this is how you get to it. Look for the word connect on the Solar Prize page, and you could get to our network page. I would also encourage you to really read the rules and expectations of the SBIR CAP, because that's where you're going to learn all about how you can get started and how you can request the $50,000 and how you can use it to get paid back for the work that you're doing with any of the organizations. Go ahead and you can search for relevant connectors. You can also search by their capabilities, their capabilities and location and things like that. So you could look for that. Reach out directly to those connectors. So once you find one that's in your area or one that you want to work with, just reach out to them directly, and they're there to help. Like I said, if you don't know where to get started, I would recommend one of our power connectors. Because they, like I said, are contracted to do this work for us, and they know the network very, very well, so they'll be able to help you. Negotiate the work that's going to be done on your own. So you get to reach out to the connector, hopefully help you with the work that you need, and then you just negotiate that work with them like any other business arrangement. You will pay for all the services, and then DOE will reimburse you for the work done. If you have any questions specifically about our network or who might be in the network, or you don't know where to get started, you can always reach out to Denise Barber. Her email's there. She's in charge of the network, and so she will help kind of find those connections or get you connected to the proper power connector to get going. So this is what our home screen looks like for the American Made Network Partner map. So as you can see, it's a map. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can click on one of those little tabs, and you could obviously search for an area that's near where you live as well. This is just below the map. So if you were on that page and you just scroll below the map, this is the listing of all the organizations that you'll see. There's an example right there of the top one. Looks like it has a badge, ADL Ventures. Also, you see that button in the top left. You can select these folks by capabilities in that little tab there. And there's just an example. I click business development, funding and investments, and membership, mentorship and coaching. So that's just an example. And then you could see that the names behind it filtered to a new set of lists, a new list here. So anyway, that's where you could get going and get connected to some of these connectors. In addition, we have a network LinkedIn group, and this is fair game for you guys to join. This is where a lot of our connectors share news and events and engagement opportunities and things like that. It's a place for network members to really share relevant events and extend their work opportunities. And it gives competitors or innovators like yourself the opportunity to ask questions and post discussions and seek support. So we welcome you to join this LinkedIn group as an SBIR recipient. So this is how you do it. Basically, anyone who's associated with the program and wants to use the network can kind of join. And you just kind of search American Made Network, you click request to join, and hopefully you'll get accepted to join. If you aren't accepted within a week or so, just reach out again to Denise Barber and she can help make sure that you get on that LinkedIn page. Of course, there's guidelines and rules to participating, but it's pretty easy things. It's just, no harassment or bullying or anything like that will be tolerated. It's just, this is a community that we're part of, and be able to connect with others, other like-minded people that are there, willing and able to help you. So we really hope that you'll participate and participate in a very meaningful way with these partners. What's coming next? So this network is already quite large. It's 150 strong and more. And what we're looking to do in the near future is develop a matchmaking platform. We're really, really excited about it. We're working with a company called Dragon Army, and we're building this sort of matchmaking system, kind of like a LinkedIn or other matchmaking tools that you might be familiar with, where the network folks can put in their capabilities, and the innovator folks like yourself could put in what you're looking for, what your needs are, and also your capabilities. And so at the end of the day, this platform will be able to match you to connectors in an even more meaningful way. And then it will also hopefully one day be able to match you to other innovators who you may want to partner with and team up with and things like that. So we're really, really excited about it. We're going to be launching the beta version very shortly. Yeah, so you'll probably see this in the next few months as something that will be an enhancement to our current search tool that's on the website. Okay, so I mentioned the email address that I will present at the end, which is here we are. So this is, if you have any questions related to the SBIR program, the STTR process, just go to that email link there, sbir-sttr@science.doe.gov, and put your questions in there. Like I said, it's very important to just understand what the CAP process is and how you get reimbursed and how you should, connect with organizations. So this is a link for that, so you can get more information about the CAP. So I encourage you to kind of write both of these URLs down and just go forward. And I hope that you have learned a little bit about the American Made Network today. Hopefully, there's, like I said, 150 plus organizations that we know personally have helped other startups be successful. So they're there and ready and willing to help you be successful as well. So we really appreciate you reaching out to them and working with them because they're there to make you successful as well. So I just want to say thank you so much. And I see Peter is on.
Yeah, thanks, Debbie. I just wanted to make one reminder here that, again, for the CAP program, you have to select the entity you want to use at the time of your application. So just a reminder that you need to do this matchmaking, you need to find the people you want to work with now in preparation, as you prepare your phase 2 application. And make sure you include them as a part of that application, because it's not something that can be done retroactively. And while the network is certainly available to you to find connections throughout the course of your phase 2 project, if you want to be able to use someone for this commercialization assistance program, you have to select them now at the time of application. So just want to make that reminder for everyone who's watching.
Great, thanks, Peter. That is very important. You have to put it in your application now. Great. So we are recording this, and so I know that not everybody could make this webinar today. Make sure that we circulate this webinar to all of those SBIR awardees so that you all get that information. But thank you so much for listening and watching, and good luck with your projects moving forward. Thank you.